Hello everyone, it's Love Your Dolls. This is just going to be a quick changing video, just of my preemies. I got all of their outfits out and together just to make it a little bit faster. So we have Jack, we have Violet, we have Micah, and then we have my little Koda over here. So I'm probably not gonna do like what I did with my introduction video. I'm probably just gonna leave this as, you know, the preemie changing video, just because I don't know how much time I'm going to have to change everybody. And if you could hear the noise in the background, I apologize. My 3D printer is right there and it is on, so that's what that little machine noise you hear is. So we're just gonna start off with Jack here. I have such a weird relationship with Jack and Violet. Like, I've tried parting with them several times, and I just really couldn't do it. So I've accepted the fact that they're here to stay, and if I'm unhappy with them, I just need to redo them. So that's the conclusion I came to. So Jack is going to be wearing this little cloud outfit with these little tan pants. The backwards. I think I'm going to take the onesie off of him, so it's just so it doesn't look like too much. So here we go. He and Violet just have a lot of wear and tear. They're a couple of years, they're pretty old now. So I think it's going to come to the point where I'm going to have to redo them. I mean, I love them, like, obviously, they're still here, but so here we go, Jack. He and Violet have these jointed bodies, and, you know, I used to not like them, but the more I handle them, like, the more I don't really mind them, because, like, with how thin and scrawny their limbs are, it really just makes it easier. So, where I was going to originally change out their bodies, I decided against it. And I just really love their sculpts. Like, they're like the perfect preemie sculpts in my opinion. Like, Evelina Wosnjuk did really well with them. So they're just perfect positioning, perfect, like, limbs for, you know, a preemie baby. Especially, like, Jack's eyes. I love, like, how his eyes looked. So here's little Jack in his outfit. I'm gonna try and move them down here. Micah just keeps losing that hat. It's just not for him, I guess. So this is the outfit that I'm changing Violet into. It's just a little green onesie with these little cute, like, little pants. She's just gonna keep that flower ribbon in her hair, just because it still matches. I'm gonna take this onesie off too. I don't change their diapers regularly, just because, you know, I find that a lot of the time they don't actually need it. So I wait until their diapers get really old and yucky looking, which theirs haven't reached that point yet, so I'm just going to leave them on them. I have plenty more babies coming to my collection, but I'm a bit bogged down with custom orders right now, so it probably won't be for some time, unless I do a trade and get a completed baby. I have tons and tons of kits to make for my collection. I just, like I said, I don't really, I'm pretty, like, backed up with my customs right now. I'm working on a custom Saskia, so I'm trying to get through its rooting, because I have carpal tunnel in my dominant wrist, so it's really, like, giving me a hard time. Here's Miss Violet. So I also painted their hair when I was totally newbie at it. My painted hair still isn't 100% good, but it's better than this. Now here is Mr. Micah. Now he is actually one of the few babies in my collection that I did not paint. I only have a handful of them that I did not make myself, and he is one of them. I can't remember who his artist is, but he is super cute, and I just fell in love with him when I saw my friend selling him, and she, being a very close friend of mine, gave me a really lengthy layaway for him. So I was really appreciative of that. And if you follow me on Instagram, she's the one who got the Vivian by Evelina Wosnjuk that I painted recently. It was her baby that that baby was a nightmare. That one, she had purchased the kit because it was, you know, someone was selling it super cheap, because they had paint, it was just like, you know, a rough paint job, a beginner's ethnic paint job, and so she sent it, she was like, can I send it to you, you know, because I still owed her some money, so we traded off, you know, the balance of what I owed her for the makeover with the Vivian. And she, I said, yeah, sure, that's fine, you know, always, you know, it preferred for me to work for, rather than, you know, have to spend more money. So I said, yeah, sure. Well, when that kit arrived to me, it smelled terribly of smoke. I didn't even have to open the box to smell the cigarette smoke on this doll. Not this one, the Vivian kit, just for clarification. So that doll was a nightmare. I ended up soaking it for about 2 weeks in water. I first tried water with like Dawn and vinegar and stuff like that to get it to pull out that smell, and it did not work. Then I swapped to soaking it in hot water with OxyClean, and that worked so much better. It still took about a week of soaking after I had soaked it, though. And then I finished stripping it, and then once it was stripped and that really dark brown paint was off of it, I could also tell that like the eye sockets on the doll were also like all like really damaged. They were all like gouged out and stuff. Ooh, these pants don't fit him. I guess he's gonna be wearing like high waters because I don't have time to go digging for shorts for him. So here we go. But all right, here's Micah. Such a cute little guy. Let me put his clip back on him. So there's little Micah. It's okay if he's wearing high waters because he's just going to be wrapped in his blanket anyway. But anyways, that Vivian, it took weeks to repair that doll. Thankfully, I had a jar of vinyl putty, so I was able to completely repair it. And you know, I painted it all up for her and stuff, and it ended up really cute. He was so sweet once he was finished. And here is my little Koda. I did paint him myself, and I'm so super satisfied with how he came out because, oh my gosh, like look at this little one and his little fuzz head. He's so cute. I love him so much. I went for that like newborn African American baby look for him, and I think I nailed it. He's so light too because he's so tiny. I didn't expect him to be this tiny, but I love that he is tiny because he's my kind of like, he's my grab and go baby. Now, Micah, he's on the bigger side of preemie. That's why you saw like the pants didn't really fit him because he's like really like newborn sleepers and stuff don't fit him, but like I think the two-piece outfits I'm gonna have to start going with like actual newborn clothes for him because I don't know if it's just the way his limbs are sculpted or what, but and he's getting little dinosaurs with just some gray pants. And as you can see, Koda is on the smaller side of preemie. I think he was advertised as like 16 inches, and he's totally smaller than that. Which I don't mind, like I said. I love him regardless. And I like the baggy clothes look on preemies because it seems fitting because, you know, a lot of people don't look for like micro preemie clothing and stuff when they have preemies. They just get regular preemie clothes and let them grow into them. My daughter was a preemie, so I mean that's what I did anyway. And Koda is the only one over here rocking socks. That's because Micah had booties on that matched the outfit that he was wearing. And the twins didn't have any socks on. Yeah, here we go. There's my little Koda. And that's it for this video, guys. So yeah, if you want to see anything else, I'm still going to do changing videos of the other ones. I just don't know when. I'm trying to separate them by like size range, if that makes sense, just so it's easier, because I have all of my baby clothes in like bins under my bed, like all these totes, so I have to like dig them out, and then, you know, I have to dig them back out when they're done being changed so I could put their old clothes back in there. So I don't know how fast it's going to happen, but I'm definitely going to do it, promise. So, but if you want to see anything else specifically, feel free to shoot a comment. And remember, if you like this video, please, you know, like, share, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, Thanks for watching, guys.